Today on Record Breakers, we meet some men that are giving their wives some serious support.
Catch up with the short and tall of Record Breakers.
Get cracking with an unusual egg-breaking record.
And check out Ashrita Furman's latest record attempt.
Because on Record Breakers, we know there's risk takers.
There's dream chasers.
And there's record breakers.
If people are attempting it, record breakers are filming it. Get ready as we explore the outer limits of human achievement on Record Breakers.
Our first story today comes from none other than the #1 record holder, Ashrita Furman. Ashrita, a health store manager from New York, braved the freezing temperatures on the Great Wall of China to attempt another world record. We'll check on his progress throughout the show.
We know that world records come in all shapes and sizes, but what about tastes? Here is one ice cream sundae that is for those who have a truly expensive taste. Serendipity, a New York ice cream parlor, has created the Golden Opulent Sundae in celebration of its 50th anniversary, and it will only set you back a mere $1,000 US. Creator and parlor owner Stephen Bruce says the ingredients that make up the rich dessert are fit for a king and include gold leafing, caviar, and the most expensive chocolate from Venezuela. Standing at nearly 30 centimetres tall, the dessert was inducted into the Guinness Book of Records as the world's most expensive ice cream sundae, prompting the question, who would pay that much money for a bowl of ice cream? Stephen says the phones have been ringing non-stop with people inquiring about ordering the dish for the holidays, and adds that customers do get to keep the crystal dish as a little memento. Customer Jim Kniskern says there is one special occasion for which he'll return and order the ice cream, and that is when he and his wife celebrate their 25th wedding anniversary. Now that's what I call sweet.
Over to New Zealand now for a 233-metre leap off the Macau Tower in an attempt to break the world record for the highest sky jump. Dressed in a specially tailored suit, AJ Hackett prepared on a platform at the outer rim of the tower, mentally focusing on the 20-second scenic flight he was about to take. 3, 2, 1, and he's off. If the jump is confirmed by Guinness, it will be listed in the Guinness Book of World Records under the category World's Highest Commercial Decelerator Descent. Described as a hybrid of bungee jumping and skydiving, AJ is attached to 3 cables that help him to conduct a smoother and more controlled descent, which he does with ease. AJ is considered a pioneer of modern bungee jumping after inventing a latex rubber cord in 1987 and is the current world record holder for the highest bungee jump from a building, set in 1998.
In Colombia, a comedian has set a world record for telling jokes. Now that's funny. 36-year-old Jose Ordonez broke his previous 62-hour record at 9 in the morning local time when he told jokes for 65 straight hours. Hundreds of listeners tuned in while Jose read approximately 9,000 jokes over a local Colombian radio station. Some of his favourites included: 2 fish in a tank, one turns to the other and says, "Do you know how to drive this? And why did the rubber chicken cross the road? To stretch her legs." But the biggest joke was that Jose only took 1 break an hour to go to the bathroom, drink water and eat. Not all in the same room, we hope. Jose set his original record of 24 hours in 1993 and has since broken it 6 times. Although his record is not recognised by the Guinness Book of World Records, Jose told reporters that he was never interested in attaining a place in the book. While an exhausted but exhilarated Jose wrapped up his coverage, thousands of screaming fans celebrated the DJ's amazing efforts.
In the southern Indian town of Darwood, there is a new thorny attraction, the tallest cactus plant in the world. Pandit Munji, a mechanic by profession, is the owner of the 22-metre-high monster. Pandit's obsession started 15 years ago with a visit to a cactus exhibition that piqued his interest in the succulent plants. He planted a sapling without knowing much about gardening, and to his surprise, it's not stopped growing since. Though no scientific research has been done into it, some botanists have said that the region's rocky terrain and arid conditions could have helped boost the plant's unusual growth. The cactus, which belongs to the Cereus family, is supported by iron brackets in the wall of Munji's house. The previous record for the world's tallest cactus was 17.7 metres, set in Atlanta, USA.
Whether it's due to clean living or just plain luck, Matilda the chicken has managed to outlive all of her peers. The 14-year-old chicken from Alabama has been entered into the Guinness Book of World Records as the oldest chicken in the world. The teenage chicken's longevity is remarkable considering the average chicken lives for 7 or 8 years. A strong work ethic may be the secret to Matilda's long life. Matilda performs in a magic show put on by her owners, Donna and Keith Barton. The Bartons say the working bird has even managed to outlive her understudy. Donna Barton says it was love at first sight when they saw Matilda at the 1990 Alabama State Fair. Matilda is believed to be an Old English red pile hen, and although she doesn't look like a typical chicken, has 14 years of vet records to prove her bloodline, enough to convince Guinness that this bird really is an authentic old duck. Chicken.
50 surfers have attempted to break a world record by riding a 13-metre surfboard in California.
It's time to check up on Ashrita Furman and his record attempt of bouncing on the Great Wall of China. Ashrita's aim is to break the record for the fast mile cover by a kangaroo hopper. We'll be back later in the program to check his progress.
Kay Aspareo does not claim to be blessed with an exceptional memory, but his prowess with memorising up to 100 random articles would make even a die-hard skeptic sit up and watch. Mesmerising an array of 100 unrelated objects is Rayo's claim to fame, which also got him his certificate from the Guinness Book of World Records. Based in India's southern Hyderabad city, Rayo, a psychologist by profession, entered the Guinness Book by exemplary memory under the category of most random objects memorised. Rayo first started memorising objects when he was inspired by the previous record holder, who could memorise 57 articles. With sheer determination and hard work, Rayo topped up his act to bring it up to 100 articles, so that his record would outlast all others. The secret to his success, Rayo says, is in viewing objects as pictures in his mind to retain their memory. The main areas of focus during his practice were memory, study skills, advanced relaxation techniques, and concentration. Rayo said he achieved success by practicing at home until he had the formula just right.
Latvia has one of the shortest claims to fame in the world. It's a street that is just 50 metres long. Yana Street in Daugavpils boasts one house and a tram stop and has been home to the Ivanova family for 20 years. While the family love being the only people who live in the street, they find that it does create some problems that outweigh having difficult neighbours, like being hard to find and not having the usual services provided by the council. When the new street was established after World War II, it turned out it was not a prolongation of nearby existing streets, and therefore, according to street construction provisions, nothing else remained but to attribute the street its own name. In the course of time, it assumed that the street would be extended, but it never was. So the Ivanovas inhabit number 1, the only house on Yana Street.
A man from central India has earned his name in the Guinness Book of World Records by breaking 22 eggs with the back of his palm in just 30 seconds. We're not just talking about one hand crushing eggs with the other hand either. As you can see, this is a stunt with almost stomach-turning precision. The not-so-squeamish officials of the Guinness Book handed over the certificate to Radesham Patel, a resident of central Chhattisgarh state. The 22-year-old had performed the feat in front of Guinness officials, but was disappointed at not being able to break 25 eggs in 30 seconds. But he said he would practice and have a go at it again. The earlier record of breaking the maximum number of eggs with the back of one's palm was also held by an Indian, K.S. Raghavendra of southern Bangalore city, who broke 13 eggs in 30 seconds. Our record breaker said he felt excellent about his feat and is looking forward to impressing the judges with his next attempt.
Belgian artist Michael Durkin was not to be outdone by egg breaking when he attempted to set a world record by carving a huge pumpkin in less than 5 minutes in the weeks leading up to Halloween. The pumpkin weighed 289 kilograms and stood at 1.12 meters high, and only took an electric saw, a hammer, a pickaxe, a few knives and a soup ladle to carve out into a jack-o'-lantern. Michael's family watched on as he created a masterpiece with enough left over for a good bowl of hearty soup. At the end of the record attempt, Michael said he was pleased with his effort, which he's now going to present to the Guinness Book of World Records. If accepted, he will stand alongside Stephen Clark from the USA, who carved 42 pumpkins in 1 hour. As an artist, Michael uses many forms to express his art, but this way was by far the most enlightening, especially for his children, who will end up with the biggest jack-o'-lantern in their front yard. Urged on by the crowd, Michael put the finishing touches to the giant pumpkin by placing a lit candle inside the shell and dimming the lights. Yes, there it is, a record-breaking attempt performed before your very eyes. Well done, Michael.
For many people, it might be a source of severe itching, but not for Radhakant Bajpai from the town of Kanpur in northern India. A grocer by profession, Bajpai has made it into the Guinness Book of World Records for having the longest ear hair. From the middle of his ear to its longest point, Radhakant's ear tufts measure 13.2 centimetres. The earlier record belonged to B.J. Tyaga of the central Indian city of Bhopal with 10.2 centimetre long ear tufts. Radhakant was convinced to approach the Guinness Book authorities by a friend who had read about Tyagi's record. He felt that after measuring his ear hair that he would be assured a place in the Guinness Book of World Records, and he wasn't mistaken. It just goes to show almost anyone can become a record breaker.
It seems that becoming a record breaker is not only meant for the small players. Unilever's biggest skincare brand, Vaseline, recently embarked on a Guinness World Record attempt to produce the biggest bar of soap, which was then displayed in selected malls across South Africa. The 12.5-tonne bar of soap was unveiled at the Vaseline factory in Maydon Wharf in Durban after months of preparation, drying and carving to make the final bar of soap the biggest in the world. A team of expert ice sculptors carved the bar to scale, and equipment at the factory was modified to accommodate the size and scale of the soap. The aim of the company is to tour around the country, educating particularly the rural communities about basic cleanliness as a means of combating the spread of diseases. Officials estimated that the big bar of soap can last an individual more than 50 years, almost a person's lifetime.
Many adventurers over the years have claimed world records dangling under huge hot air balloons. But now an Englishman has done the same thing with 600 common party balloons. 46-year-old Ian Ashpole from Ross-on-Wye in England's Herefordshire claimed to have set a new world record by floating to nearly 4,000 metres at the North London Parachute Centre. As he was strapped into his harness, Ian told reporters he'd made the stunt as safe as possible and was lifted slowly in the air by a large hot air-filled balloon. The big balloon was only there to give him enough height to be able to parachute safely to the ground should his endeavour have gone wrong. Once he'd reached about 1,800 metres, Ian cut himself loose from the support balloon, where the party balloons carried him another 2,000 metres upwards at a rapid rate of around 400 metres every minute. Despite any pre-launch nerves, the stunt proved a success. Although he'd hoped to reach 5,000 metres, he topped out at around 4,000. Still an improvement on the previous world record set in 1996, also his own. Ian said his biggest problem was that his party balloons kept bursting after he cut away from the support balloon, so he had to keep clearing himself of the loose strings. Not enough, more than likely, to put him off trying again.
At 25, Azad Khan Masood from Pakistan stands at 250 centimetres tall, while Zainab Bibi is 210 centimetres tall in her stocking feet. They would like to be recognised as the tallest man and woman in the world. The world record for the tallest man has changed several times, and the Guinness Book of World Records tributes Robert Wadlow as the tallest man ever, standing at a height of 2.72 metres. Unfortunately, Robert died at the age of 22. Azad Khan and Zainab joined together to meet 29-year-old Yonis Odwan, who stands just 65 centimetres high and weighs 23 kilograms. While they may be the tallest and shortest of this story, the official title of the tallest man and tallest women is an ever-changing one. Ghulam Shabir from Punjab in Pakistan, who is 240 centimetres tall and 20 years old, says he is seeking the tallest man title, saying he's still getting taller. The group were joined by admirers as they travelled to Morocco, Spain and the UK, hoping to campaign supporters for their cause of world peace. The group attracts attention wherever they go and hope that they will one day be recognised as the elite in their height category. For the time being, they are enjoying meeting people from different countries and bring awareness to their plight.
80-kilogram Amnat Buthigo and his 35-kilogram wife, Chananthida Bunsama, beat 8 other couples in a contest that could set a new all-time record for wife holding. The men had to support their wives like a groom carrying his bride over the threshold. 9 couples from around Thailand came to the beach town of Pattaya to test the power of their love in a wife-holding competition. Hundreds of tourists and locals turned up to support their favourites as the couples sweated, shifted and eventually felt their muscles turn to mash in the hot and humid conditions. The first couple only lasted 21 minutes, saying they didn't practice because they had no time. With competitors occasionally pecking their spouses on their cheeks or wiping sweat off their faces, the contest was a sweet show of romance. However, after 6.5 hours, only 2 pairs were left standing, eyeballing each other to see who would buckle first. After 10 hours, 49 minutes and 15 seconds, the clear winners were Amnat Buthigo and his wife Chananthida. The winning couple took home a total cash prize of $2,338 for their amazing efforts.
Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King became the fastest movie to gross $1 billion, taking only 9 weeks and 4 days to do so.
Back to check with Ashrita, who is still bouncing his way into the record books. We'll be back to see if he makes it soon.
Best performance by an actress in a leading role. The nominees are Keisha Castle Hughes in Whale Rider,
Now for some Hollywood record breakers that you may not be aware of. Remember Keisha Castle-Hughes, the beautiful New Zealand-born actress who starred in the 2002 film Whale Rider? At the age of 13 years and 309 days, she became the youngest person ever nominated for Best Actress at the Academy Awards. Keisha was over the moon to be nominated for her first leading role, and especially enjoyed the travelling that came with her newfound fame.
We all know that Harry Potter has broken several records, but did you know that J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, the fourth book in the acclaimed series, received world record advanced orders of 5.3 million copies from around the world? The book also holds the record for the largest first-run print, with 4.8 million copies, of which 3.8 million were printed in the USA, 40 times as many as an average bestseller, and 1 million in the UK.
Only one wins eternal glory.
Finding Nemo, the 2003 computer-animated film from Walt Disney and Pixar Animation Studios, cost $94 million to make, but was the fastest film to reach the $100 million mark at the US box office, taking only 8 days from its release.
I saw him, but I'm not telling you where he went. All right, I'll talk.
Hello. Here comes
And the record-breaking TV animation The Simpsons, that was first shown in 1987 as a series of 30-second spots produced by Matt Groening, has become the longest-running TV cartoon series in the world.
Named Homer Simpson gave her a crash course in depravity, babysitter, and the beast.
It's not all about the screen. The longest #1 hit on the US singles chart by a girl band is Destiny's Child single Independent Woman. It spent a record-breaking 11 weeks at #1.
And the women from the USA certainly know how to break a record. Britney Spears holds the record for the fastest-selling album by a female artist. The album title was Oops, I Did It Again.
Well, he did it again, and it's no surprise. Ashrita Furman, the man with the most Guinness Book of World Records, has bounced on a kangaroo ball for 1.6 kilometres in 15 minutes and 3 seconds, smashing a current unofficial world record by almost 5 minutes. Ashrita completed 16 laps of a 100-metre section of the Great Wall. Well done, Ashrita. We look forward to your next record attempt when we return with Record Breakers.